The physical abilities, well, it's important for you to look nice and to be presentable. We don't really require any outstanding physical ability. You have to be. We don't look so much at the physical ability as we do what your mental capacities are and your desire to be a news person or a news broadcaster. It is no longer a requirement that you just look. That a woman has to be beautiful, for instance, or a man has to be totally handsome to be acceptable. Those are attributes that are fine if you have them, but they're not really essential to being on the air. If you have quite a nice personality and are presentable.
Okay. What mental abilities are required?
Well, you have to have a fairly good education and have a knowledge of world events, of what is going on around us, and have had some experience, or to try to get some experience in becoming a broadcaster. Reading quite a lot, being aware of what was happening all around us, and being able to report what you've learned, that kind of thing.
Okay. What are some of the physical activities that you have?
Well, in the day-to-day coverage of news, we go out and we cover stories. We go to the courthouse. We go to City Hall. We cover feature events. We get out with our cameramen and we shoot a story, and then we come back and write it and produce it and get it on the air. And those are the kind of physical things that are involved.
Okay. Is education and special training required?
Absolutely. It's very essential. You first, if you're inclined to be a news broadcaster, you have to take up subjects in schooling that will give you that background. In high school and in college, lots of journalism classes are available today for you to pursue and to get the background that's needed and that's required in our line of endeavor.
Okay. What related high school courses did you have?
Well, I studied quite a lot on English and history. And also took a great deal of speech training, and that's important, and it's helped me in my field.
Okay. Where can you find jobs like broadcasting?
Well, you find them at the local level. You first try your radio stations and the television stations, who are always looking for talented young people who have a great deal of promise, and you start there. As soon as you get your education and you feel you're ready, then you come up and visit with us, and if we think you have a great deal of potential, then we put you to work.
Okay. What are some ways of getting started?
Just as I mentioned, you get your education, and then you, after you've had your education, you then try to sell yourself to a local radio station or a television station and tell us your qualifications, and then we go over them and review them. And as I say, if you have a great deal of promise, well, then you're in business.
Okay. What rewards do you get?
The rewards are many. The rewards of a great deal of satisfaction in being able to report as to what is happening in the world today, to communicate with people, to be a part of this great news business of meeting new and different people each day, coming in contact with the kind of life that we all seek, and reporting it, and being a part of the mainstream of life, which is what the news business is all about.
Okay. What are some possibilities for getting ahead?
For getting ahead?
Uh-huh.
Well, the possibilities are just enormous. There's a great deal of potential for people who are pursuing a career in broadcasting and are dedicated and really are meaningful and not just looking for a fast dollar. If they, really want to get involved and enjoy it and dedicate themselves to it, the possibilities for advancement are just unlimited.
Okay. What are some possible dissatisfactions?
Well, the dissatisfactions, I suppose, are like in many other fields of endeavor. There are a lot of frustrations and not being able to do everything that you want to do, or getting others to do what you want them to do, or to move ahead as quickly as you would like to. Those are some of the frustrations, but you come in contact with those in every field of endeavor.
Parts. What about parts? I got no parts over here.
And how much can I expect to earn?
I got no parts over here.
Well, that would depend a great deal on your capabilities. Each case is treated differently. It depends on what slot we can fit you in, and what your MOS is, what your capabilities are. You might be an anchor person. If you are, well, then you could demand more money if you were a talented anchor person. If you were a photographer, you would fall into that area. If you were a reporter, you would fall into that particular category. It depends on what area that you express the most talent.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.